Okay, so that was all fun and games. But now let's do some real talk. So the situation in Japan right now is that pretty much all of the toilet paper and paper products like tissue paper and paper towels are all gone, including masks and hand sanitizer and alcohol and other disinfecting sprays. They've been gone for about the last month now. So why is this annoying, frustrating, a problem? Well, for obvious reasons, everybody poops. It's actually a book and I highly recommend it. It's a good read. But if you are like one of my buddies who was on his last roll of toilet paper last weekend, you're gonna be feeling that pressure of, well, what are you gonna do when you gotta poo? Basically. And thankfully for me, I'm in a lucky situation where I have some toilet paper, I also have some facial tissue, and I have a magical toilet that cleans my booty for me. It's amazing. Anyway, so what happened? What happened was, supposedly somebody let loose this little rumor that all of our paper products, as far as tissue paper and toilet paper go, are either resourced, manufactured, produced, whatever, in China. And somehow, because of the coronavirus, we are no longer going to be able to get toilet paper. Like, they're gonna stop production, it's gonna become a huge problem. So everybody freaked out and mass rushed the grocery stores and purchased all the toilet paper. Unfortunately, the information is false, and unfortunately, that means that even if you are not buying into this conspiracy theory of the toilet paper halting production, you might be pressured to buy toilet paper because everybody else is buying the toilet paper and you're probably gonna want toilet paper. So it creates this nasty snowball effect of panic and chaos over toilet paper. Yeah, it's an interesting time to live in Japan, and it's not only happening in Japan. Some friends of mine from Australia and even in America are experiencing the same thing, and there are other products that are kind of disappearing off the shelves too, and I think that's going to probably happen more and more as people become more and more worried about what's happening. They're going to start hoarding, I guess, and we're kind of going into the end of the world mentality. I really hope it doesn't get to that, because that only creates violence and a lot of issues that are not helpful on top of the already stressful situation. And this whole lack of toilet paper thing is really a bummer, especially for us ladies. If you're not familiar with the female anatomy, Google is a great resource for that, but we as females need toilet paper a little bit more than guys do for various reasons. So that's kind of an extra bummer in my book. Anyway, and if you live with a woman, then donate all your toilet paper to her. Be chivalrous. I'm just kidding, everybody poops, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, so I think a lot of us, especially if you're fairly new to adulting, might be finding yourself scrambling to find other modes of cleaning your booty for the next foreseeable future. I'm not sure how quickly the toilet paper production can keep up with the demand. Now, on the reason this is all happening, the coronavirus, yes, that is definitely a serious situation. I'm not trying to belittle or poke fun of what is happening in the world right now. I think it is something that we should be cautious of, and we should be proactively trying to fight and keep ourselves healthy. I know there's a lot of comparisons to influenza. The thing with influenza is currently we do have a vaccine for that, and we have a lot more research and studies on that. The coronavirus is so new, so that makes it a little bit more scary. Am I scared? No, not really. Mostly because there's not a lot more that I can be doing to avoid getting sick. I'm already an avid hand washer. I'm not taking public transportation, and I'm trying to avoid highly touristy or trafficked areas. I'm also one of those people who, if someone around me sneezes or coughs, I hold my breath until I'm out of their like bubble. Call me crazy. Yeah, it's fine, I'm not offended. But yeah, I think that is something that's really important. People, like I said before, are purchasing masks and you literally cannot find masks or disinfecting products in Japan at this moment. Even here in the mountains, we mountain folk have all gone crazy as well. And so from what I've heard from reports, washing your hands is actually the best line of defense that you can do. I think one of the reasons that the virus has spread so quickly is that there's a lack of health education in terms of how things are spread, and as far as the correct and proper way of handling yourself if you are sick. A lot of people, especially here in Japan, having the mask, I think people put a lot of faith and a lot of stock into the strength of their masks, and so people often will cough and sneeze in their masks, which A, I find really disgusting because you're coughing like right back onto your face. That's kind of gross. But B, I don't think that people realize that they're not medical grade masks that most people have access to. And there's usually access points in and out of these masks, like on the sides or up here, because they don't fully form to your face. So that means that the germs that you have can get in and go out of your masks. I do this thing, and maybe it's extreme, but I definitely think that it grosses me out less. If I'm wearing a mask and I have to sneeze, I will take the mask off, grab 2 layers of tissue, sneeze into my tissue, wad that up, throw that away, hand sanitize, and put my mask back on. And the reason I do this is because influenza has been really rampant among the schools, and I'm trying to not get influenza. And by taking those extra steps, I have been influenza free. And I think that that is highly due to the amount of hand washing I do and the amount of avoiding touching and being in close proximity of people who are coughing and sneezing. And that's hard to do when you are among a bunch of kids, but you gotta do your best. Also for you, the practice of coughing into your elbow and really trying to catch that in there, even if you have a mask on, I think is better practice than just letting it out a little bit more. And I am obviously a scientist and among the top of the world professionals in leading healthcare and research on that kind of stuff. No, this is all just me giving suggestions, what I find to be helpful. So please don't think that I have the be-all end-all answers for any of this stuff. Do your own research and do your best to be healthy and do what you can do to keep yourself healthy. So yeah, I'm not necessarily super worried right now. My prefecture, there's only been 2 confirmed cases, and that's a few hours away from me. But also, you can only do what you can do. You can't, I mean, I could hide under my futon and call it good and not ever leave the house. And that is your choice if that's what you want to do, but I don't find any sense in worrying about something that I can't help beyond the means of what I'm already doing. So, but I do hope that everyone is doing their best to take care of themselves, and I really hope that people will do their best to not panic or freak out and to try to handle this situation in the best way for everyone. So everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you were entertained a little bit, and I really hope that you guys stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.